In the most shocking events, the former president of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, came out to announce that he's suffering from cancer. He was eulogizing one of his friends who died of the same cause. And he came out to say that he may soon die. Okay. It shocked very many because they didn't expect it from Uhuru Kenyatta because it's still strong. But cancer, I don't know why, it has been at a rise in Africa. Uhuru Kenyatta had this to say when he was eulogizing one of his friends, and he even came out to announce that he is suffering from the same disease.
Lost a friend. I've lost a colleague. And especially for me don't know whether I should say this, but these are realities of life. In the last year, in a good part of this year, whenever we met, he was very encouraging about some of the challenges that we were going through. And since he had more experience than some of us, he was very encouraging in guiding and telling you how to look at this and how to handle some of these challenges in life, health and otherwise. And I'll miss that counsel, and I'll appreciate everything he guided some of us towards, and how he really held our hand and told us, don't worry, things will come to pass, it will go. We trust in God, we believe, and the reason Frank is lying here is because it is his time. Those of us who have those challenges will continue fighting with them, but equally, when it is God's time, we shall join him and be thankful for the life that we lived and the times that we shared together.
That is Uhuru Kenyatta. The reason as to why it's making very much news because he's an immediate former president of Kenya. Two, he's still the party of Jubilee, a party which was once in power. So for him to come out and announce that, it shocked very many. And in Africa, very many people don't know coming out to talk about their illnesses in public. It is a Western thing. Even when he's suffering for a while, he cannot come out to say that I'm suffering from this. If Uhuru Kenyatta dies at this age, he will be one of the former presidents who died at a young age. In fact, Uhuru Kenyatta was also got a chance to become one of the youngest president in Kenya. That was an honor. It's not easy to become a president at 45. It's very rare. But Uhuru Kenyatta became president in his late 40s. And he retired, by the way. I think he was 50 something, and he retired very early. He's among the youngest presidents who have ever led Kenya. But even away from that, when he was eulogizing his friend, he didn't hesitate to take barbs at the current president, William Ruto. We all know that in the previous election, Uhuru Kenyatta never supported his deputy, though his deputy trounced him in election. In that election, by the way, I was support of William Ruto, the current president. Because of the dynamics, the system was against him. Uhuru Kenyatta employed unconstitutionalism. But what Uhuru Kenyatta warned about Kenya, they've seen. I think Kenya is having one of the worst presidents in William Ruto. I think apart from Moi, because Moi was more of a dictator. But Ruto entails a cocktail. He's a dictator and a non-performer. You cannot tell me that barely 1 year you can get one of the biggest demonstrations in your country because of failing. One of the most period of Ruto becoming president, I must acknowledge, he's a wise man, he's a strategist, and he knows public speaking. It's the reason why even those who want to remove him, one of the front runners, Rigathi Gachagua, he should learn. William Ruto has started to camp in the Western. When he wanted to be president, 90% of his rallies, he did it in central Kenya, which voted for him. I think even Rigathi Gachagua should employ that. He must make 90% of the rallies, not in mountain Kenya, in where he already has support in other areas so that he can fight off Kasongo William Ruto. So during this eulogy, the former President Uhuru Kenyatta took barbs at the sitting president. He said these statements.
Our great country requires if we are to succeed. A lot of what we hear today, people talking about affordable housing, a lot of these things, people don't recognize the legwork people like Frank did. And it's very unfortunate sometimes that the true heroes are the ones that are not recognized in a lot of what we see actually happening and going on today. I doubt even some of those ones who talk about it understand what they're talking about, but since it's popular to say, wacha waendelee.
That is Uhuru Kenyatta. So you clearly say he came out to say that those who are talking about affordable housing, they don't know what they're talking about. And we all know one of the biggest programs of William Ruto is affordable housing. I personally think at this juncture, Kenya does not need affordable housing. They may want affordable housing, but they don't need it. They need something else. They need industries. But why affordable housing? It's because when you give such a tender to some person, you may also tell him to build you some things. The reason that's why his Narok home was built, a beautiful home. It's the reason that's why his hotel was complete. That's how people steal money in such projects. They may not steal money in factories, but in building. At the end of the day, they are going to remain empty. It's the reason that's why every affordable houses that have been finished, they have never been occupied. Because in Africa, it's not our duty to be built homes. Those things work in Asia and Europe. In Africa, some of the time we build ourselves houses, even if it means building in mud, because land is owned by clan, okay, or by perpetually by others. It is the reality. People want to take something a family can inherit. Kenya wants affordable housing, but they may not need it. So it was a wrong investment for William Ruto. It was an investment intended to steal public funds. But Uhuru still attacking William Ruto. It shows that even in 2027, we are going to see Uhuru Kenyatta backing a certain candidate. Of course, that's one opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi, Kabieswa Imani Mawagai, the next MP for Makindi East constituency. I'll see you on another one. Peace.